Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have another Madden 25 roster update guide. Now, of course, round 5 rookies are done. That's why you are clicking on this video. Again, we're going to go over some important information. We're going to go over all the players that have been created, of course, as well. We're going to go over a lot of stuff to really dive deep into the roster and tell you still some of my plans going forward. Now, of course, the roster isn't done because I haven't hit the creative player limit, and I'm going to go over some of the other stuff that we are doing. But for now, let's go ahead and hop into getting the roster itself. First, you're going to want to head to Creation Center. Then you're going to want to go to Download Center. And you're going to want to push triangle or Y on your controller. I know a lot of people that still play on PC still use an Xbox controller as well. You can just push Y or triangle on your controller, and it should bring up this little screen. You guys are going to want to scroll over. You're going to go to Type and go to Roster. So just go over to Roster. If you guys are on Xbox or PC, you guys are going to want to look it up by the keywords. If you guys are on PlayStation 5, you guys are going to want to look it up by username. But since I want to show it off to everybody, we're going to look it up by keywords. Now, because of course the PS5 can also look up by keywords, this will make it a lot easier. So it is, of course, same thing that we've been doing. 2025 NFL Draft Round 5. So draft 2025 NFL. Jesus, I for some reason am losing my mind right now. 2025 NFL Draft, and then round 5. And it should be brought up. It should be under GreenMachineSam. That is from my PC account, so it will be showing there. You're going to want to download it. You can download it twice. It doesn't really make a difference. Then you at least know you for sure have the roster. And then you will want to back out of all these screens real quick. Nobody likes playing Ultimate Team anyway. Suck my dick. Then you're going to want to go to Load and Delete. Go to Roster. 2025 NFL Draft Round 5. Load it once, twice, or 3 times. Who really gives a fuck? You just want to make sure you have the roster live so that you can go ahead and get it going. You guys are going to want to go to Edit Rosters. And as you guys can see, the 5th round and some of the free agency moves have been done. So we're going to start off, of course, with the 5th round rookies. We're going to scroll through the Vikings to get things started off. They ended up taking Tyron Ingram Dawkins, a little bit of a tweener out of Georgia. A little bit smaller on the size, but is supposed to be playing a 3-4 this season. Then you have Cam Jackson on the Panthers. He is a D tackle there. Then you go to Carson Vincent on the Ravens, and we're going to actually see a free agency move, I think, here as well, which is Joe Noteboom. So they picked up 2 left tackles recently for at least my roster. Then you go to Ryle Mills for the Seahawks, a defensive tackle. He is a 3-4 D tackle, so he will be playing right end behind Dron Reed. Another D tackle, Jordan Phillips, goes to the Dolphins. So they end up getting him out of Maryland. Then, of course, somebody that everybody has been waiting on is Shedeur Sanders. Some of these guys, up till Braden Swinson, those guys have already been done. Those guys have been done and on the roster for quite some time now. Shedeur Sanders, they've actually been live since about the 4th round rookies went live. Then the Eagles took Mac McWilliams, a cornerback. So still finding some underrated guys there. Braden Swinson for the Patriots, right outside backer. There he is. And like I said, some of these guys, when it's like, oh, can I put them at right or left outside linebacker? It's more about who they already have at those positions, as well as some of those positions are so interchangeable. Jordan James on the 49ers. The Rams taking Ty Hamilton, another D tackle. I guess he is a 3-4 D tackle instead of a 4-3. Jaden Blue to the Cowboys, of course. Them picking up a running back finally, it seems like. So they're going to have a 4th guy coming in and compete. The Dolphins took Jason Marshall, cornerback out of Florida. Our DJ Giddens for the Colts, another running back going off the board. So pretty heavy on the running back and D tackles, it seemed like this round. Cowboys took a linebacker, Shamar James. I looked at the screen real quick and I thought it said Jones. Jalen Rivers, offensive lineman for the Bengals. Going to come in and be a backup 6'6" out of Miami. He actually has an injury history, so that's why he kind of fell a little bit more than what he probably should have. The Giants ended up taking an offensive lineman. It said tackle, but he's kind of small enough to play guard. He has played guard in the past as well. Dante Trader going to the Dolphins as well. So they took a couple defensive backs here early. Well, not early, but, you know, in the 5th round. Jeffrey Bassa goes to the Chiefs. So another guy that will be looking to come in and fill a backup role. Elijah Roberts goes to the Bucks, another edge rusher. No, he must be in 3-4 edge. Yeah, he was a 3-4 edge, kind of in that tweener role. It said he played edge in the past, but he's probably going to be looking to more be in line with that 3-4 D tackle spot. The Chargers took another receiver, Keandre Lambert-Smith. Eagles took another linebacker, filling out another Georgia spot for them. And he will be there, Mondon Jr. I completely skipped over 2 guys, so we're going to have to go back to those guys real quick. The Packers took another edge rusher in Colin Oliver out of OK State. And then, of course, the 49ers ended up taking a safety in Marquise Sigel. And then, of course, you saw with the Eagles pick on Mondon that the overalls did drop. So Francisco Muaga is a 66 overall. So from 160 down to 190, it will be 66 overalls. The Panthers ended up taking a tight end in Mitchell Evans. So he will come in and try to get some reps there. Ya Black goes to the Steelers, a more prototypical D tackle slash nose tackle goes to them. Orden Gadsden goes to the Chargers, a tight end, formerly a receiver. 6'5", 243. Torrey Horton goes to the Seahawks. Receiver that I actually liked, but unfortunately with injuries over the last year, he did fall. Titans took an offensive lineman in Jackson Slater. Of course, you can move him over to right guard to back up, of course, Kevin Zeitler. You can move Dan Moore over to right tackle, and you can move a lot of these guys around. But for now, he is at left guard. Eagles ended up taking a center to hopefully back up Cam Jurgens this year. Drew Kendall, Za Frazier, I've had done for a little bit, as well as I did want to make all the Bears players pretty early on. So here he is at a 66. We're in 33. Jordan Hancock to the Bills. We're actually going to show off 2 of the Bills players. So Jordan Hancock out of Ohio State, and then Jackson Hawes out of Georgia Tech. Miles Frazier on the Lions, another guard for them. Could move him to either side, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to put him, go ahead and do so, wherever you think will be best, or wherever he will have one of the better chances to make the team. Pooh Paul Jr., it's actually Chris Paul Jr., but I feel like with a lot of sources saying Pooh Paul Jr., I'm going to leave it as Pooh Paul Jr. Denzel Burke goes to the Cardinals, so the Cardinals are looking to pair 2 rookies together, and Will Johnson and Denzel Burke. Hopefully they can develop into what they hope they can be. And then the Seahawks took a fullback, but listed as a tight end, in Robbie Outs out of Bama, 6'3", 274. Definitely more of a fullback than a tight end, but you can use him however you want, or you can move him to fullback, and he does get a little bit of a boost upgrade in his overall. And then, of course, finaling out the 5th round rookies, Tyler Barron out of Miami, edge rusher, the Jets ended up taking. Then we have 3 more guys that I did end up going ahead and making because I feel like they're kind of important to the roster. Will Howard at a 63 overall, as well as Kyle McCord at a 64 overall, and then Riley Leonard at a 62 overall. Now remember, overall for quarterback is determined based off of round and when you were picked. So for example, Shedeur Sanders was the last rookie before this, right? So he was in round 5, so he dropped an overall, and then he got an overall decrease because of next pick. So instead of being a 67 after Dylan Gabriel, he dropped to a 66, and that is why, of course, Kyle McCord drops to a 64, and then, of course, Will Howard drops to a 63, and Riley Leonard drops to a 62. So So, of course, if you want to do the math on how I'm making the rest of the rookies, go ahead and do that. Athletic traits are really hard to predict for quarterbacks, right? But I try to do my best. But overall, that is the roster. A couple things I want to go over, of course, is, of course, jersey numbers and stuff like that, as well as a couple other things. I do plan on taking this roster into franchise on PC side, changing a bunch of stuff, changing jersey numbers, changing a bunch of stuff, because it doesn't do the player reset glitch, I don't think, hopefully. And if it doesn't do the player reset glitch, then I'm able to change jersey numbers. If I can change jersey numbers, and if I can change contract info and age and stuff like that, then I can save the roster. I can then use a modding tool to be able to download the roster to just a regular roster, and then I should be able to bring it and throw it back up online for you guys, so you guys can have it and be able to download it and have a much more accurate and good roster for yourselves. So we've got, of course, guys like Matthew Golden, as well as some of the Eagles players. It seems like I get one free jersey number change, and then after that, that is when they do not work. So a guy like Omarion Hampton, who needs to go to number 8, I can't move because I've already changed his jersey number once. Or it just could be a Madden thing as well. I could just be, misremembering stuff. But it does seem like it's about one jersey number change. And then if I change it after that, it does reset the player. Now, once you get into franchise mode, if you go play franchise mode, you can actually fix the players. I have tested that because I did test it on about 3 different dudes, but I cannot change it from this screen, right? As much as I want to change Bobby Brown back to what he originally looked like, I can't do it in just the edit roster screen. So if you guys want to do it, you guys are going to have to do it inside of franchise mode. I know that's going to take some time. I know it's going to take some time of you guys looking up the player, having to do apparel and everything. But it's better than nothing. And of course, I went to go look and see, when this glitch was found out about and how long it had been and whether or not Madden had done anything to try to fix it. It's been a glitch since the beginning of the game, and they just haven't fixed it. Just like the franchise glitch with the score bug and everything else that's wrong with this fucking game. They just don't want to fix anything. They're lazy pieces of shit that don't care about their customers and their consumers. But hey, man, if I had a bunch of people playing Ultimate Team spending an ungodly amount of money for no reason, then I would fucking not want to fix shit either. But that is the roster. 6-round rookies to come. I do work, so that is why the roster is taking so long, as well as the player creation. Go ahead and check out that video if you guys haven't seen it already. I don't know when I'm going to hit player creation limit. Because I'm at 182 people right now on the roster. I don't know if this is something that I'm going to do, but it has been a thought of going through and getting players of more positional value, as well as teams that had maybe less picks inside the first couple rounds as well. Getting those guys done first, right? So going ahead and getting quarterbacks, kickers, teams that are maybe low on receivers or running backs, going ahead and getting them done. If a team's low on an offensive lineman, go ahead and get them done. Stuff like that. Go through and kind of give myself an assessment of who I think should be getting made. That way, when I do hit the creative player limit, it's more valuable 6th and 7th round rookies, guys that I think can make the roster, as well as I'm hoping to make the roster. No disrespect to the rest of the candidates. No disrespect to the rest of the guys that were drafted. Picks 180 through 260, basically. But I think it does make sense. I'm not 100% set in stone yet. That's what I'm going to do. But it could be an idea just because of, like I said, positional value and just other things like that. I don't want to lose out on some players due to the creative player limit and then not be able to get some of these more important guys that I feel like should be on a team. And, yeah. But if you guys did enjoy this video or any videos here on my channel, I would appreciate it if you guys do stick around and subscribe. I'll be back with more videos like this, but with that being said, like I said, I do appreciate the support you guys have shown on both the channel and on the videos. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.